Hi there, my name is Laura Kelland-May, and today I'm going to do a position review on a video that someone has sent in to me. So let's get started. My name is Laura Kelland-May, and this is Equestrian Skill Builders. If you'd like to improve your riding and training, win more ribbons at your next horse show, or generally like other horsey-related stuff, then you are in the right place. And if you'd like to have your own position review done, we can do that. Send me an email, thistleridge@hotmail.com. Here's the video that someone sent in to me. They asked for a critique on their riding position, and we can do that for them. Take a look, watch this beautiful rider going around a couple of jumps. Looks like they're practicing the rollback turns. What did you think about that? I thought, oh my gosh, I love this horse. So steady, so even, jumps wonderfully. But that's not what she sent the video in for. She sent the video in to have a position review done. Let's take a look at her position, shall we? We'd love to have your videos and pictures. Send me an email if you want to have your own position review done. thistleridge@hotmail.com. Number 1, is she looking up? Yes. 2, is her back flat? Yes. 3, are her heels down? Yes. Excellent work. Let's get in a little closer and pick this apart. She asked for a critique. Let's do it. So because she sent in a video, I was able to stop the video at exactly the place where I wanted it to stop. So we get to see exactly what she's doing. I really like that she's not interfering with the horse, but oh my goodness, she is so far ahead of this horse. It is unnerving, and you can see it. I've been able to stop the video exactly where I want it to stop so that I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Her seat is well over the pommel of the saddle. This is the pommel of the saddle right here. Her seat is in front of the saddle. When you're doing your jumping position, your seat should be over the middle of the saddle. This is an extreme case of the rider being well ahead of the horse. Now, maybe it's only for a second or two, and in the next frame, you will see that the horse catches up to the rider. But at this point, the rider is in a very precarious position. And really, if you're asking the horse to jump and lift up its front end, and all your weight is on the horse's front end. Keep your weight over the horse's center of gravity by keeping your seat over the middle of the saddle. I really like that there's a loop in the reins and you're not interfering with the horse, but your hands are so close to the horse's ears. Sit up. Keep your seat over the middle of the saddle. Here's a tip if you're looking back at your own position reviews on your own pictures or videos, that your elbow has dropped down below your hand. Let's take a look. If your elbow drops below your hand, that means that you're leaning too far forward and too far out ahead of your horse. Here's another tip. You should be able to fit your riding helmet between your chest and the horse's neck. If you can't fit your helmet between your chest and the horse's neck, then that means you're leaning too far forward. I can't see any way your riding helmet would fit between this rider's chest and the horse's neck. How are we going to make this rider so that she is in balance with the horse? First off, we'd like to have her shoulders right about there, with the seat over top of the saddle. Like this, just slightly in front of the vertical. Okay. Then we'd like to have her seat over the middle of the saddle to where her knee is. Okay, let's go like this then. To where her knee is, right here. And then her knee to ankle right about here. And with the toes up. Generally speaking, this would be better position for this rider. This would allow her arms to be here. Let's go with the green on this one. And arms hanging down, and then arms in this position in a nice release appropriate for the size of this jump. To me, this makes more sense because you're more in balance with the horse over this size of jump. If you want to have your seat over the pommel of the saddle, this is the kind of position you're looking for. This horse and rider jumping 7 feet. Also, if you notice that their seat is over the middle of the saddle, but the saddle is at such an angle, and they're jumping 7 feet. So I thought maybe it's just that one jump. Let's take a look at a different jump. It looks like it's the same, similar position. You can really see here that this rider, her seat is in front of the pommel of the saddle. The pommel is the front of the saddle. Try to keep your seat over the middle of the saddle. Let's watch the video again. Now that I've isolated those couple of frames, those single frames where we can see that the rider's not in balance, let's look for them when we're on the video. Let's look for those specific points on the video. Looks okay, looks okay, looks okay, looks okay, looks okay, and ahead. Just for one step, she's ahead. Looks great, looks great, looks great. This rider's standing in her stirrups over top of the jump. We've looked at the rider on the takeoff part of the jump, and then during flight, let's take a look at the rider on the landing part of the jump and see how it goes. So from this, and again, I can isolate this video to pick out the frame that I want to show you and pinpoint where it is that you're needing your help. So when you're landing off the jump, this is exactly where the horse is landing right after the jump. So this is the time of the phase of the jump. There are 5 different phases of the jump. There's the approach, the takeoff, the flight, the landing, and the recovery stride. So this is just when the horse is touching down, and it's very important to stay in balance with the horse. We all know about getting left behind. We've been taught since square one. Don't get left behind because you'll pull the horse in the mouth and you'll land on the horse's back. The horse will start to refuse. We've all been taught that. Just as bad as getting ahead of the horse and not being in balance with the horse. It makes it difficult for the horse to take off and land over the jump. So here the horse is just landing, and what I see here is that the rider is landing into her knees with all the weight onto her knees and in her stirrup. There's no weight whatsoever in this rider's foot. You can see that this rider has the weight all into her knees. Oh, it's hard to see when I make it 500%, but you can see, and when I make it larger, you can see how it looks. The rider's weight is coming right here into her knee and into her foot. If we were to take the horse away from this rider, from underneath her, if we were to yank that horse out from underneath her, that is what you have to think about. This rider should be able to land in balance on the ground if we yank that horse out from underneath them. This rider won't do that because she's landing into her knees and landing into her toes. How are we going to fix that? Fix this just by practicing your 2-point over small jumps, over little cavalettis, over trotting rails. Use this time and opportunity to develop your independent seat. Be able to hold with one hand onto the neck strap of your martingale, put one hand out in front, one hand outside, one hand up above your head. Switch hands. Be able to move your left hand while staying in your 2-point position. Do this at the walk, at the trot, and at the canter so that you can stay in balance with your horse. This is really important. Right now, I see this rider as gripping with their knees and getting ahead of the horse. So sit up, keep your shoulders in balance with the horse, keep your seat over the middle of the saddle and with the weight down into your ankles. If you'd like to have your own position review done, please send me an email, thistleridge@hotmail.com. I'd love to help you out and understand what it is that you're working towards.